participating in the chat. Keep it coming. Let us know where you're tuning in from. It's good to have new faces on the call as well. We are working on absolutely an amazing project right now. If you ever thought, keep it coming, there you go. I just want to copy this and paste it in there. So if you guys, have been watching the news lately, or you've been following what's happening around the world in terms of governments, in terms of banking, today we're going to share an insight with you guys. And boom, there you go, guys. On the chat, copy and paste in your groups. So those people who can't have access to Zoom or they're having issues logging on, they can watch this live. Good evening to our YouTube viewers. Thank you for tuning in, and also our Zoom members. So if you're watching this, thank the person who invited you to this call, because we're about to share some important information. So my name is Shady. I'm from South Africa, and I am honored to have two guests who's going to be relaying the information out to you guys today. But I just want to give you a brief idea so you know what to expect, right? So we're going to do the welcome, and we're going to do exactly why you are here, because there's a reason why you're here. We'll hand it over to Yvette for that, and thereafter Zaf Khan, he's going to take over the presentation to show exactly what we're doing and how we do it and what's happening in the space. And then lastly, once we're done, we'll have a Q&A, okay? So for those of you who have any questions, please leave your questions towards the end. Once we're done, we will go to it one by one. So members, we are excited because today is Tuesday, and every Tuesday, you know what we do? We activate our bots. So for those of you who are brand new here, my name is Shane. I'm from Durban, South Africa. I've been in the crypto space for the last 14 years, smart contracts for the last 5 years or so. That's on the blockchain. I traveled to a lot of countries looking at different blockchains, studying different blockchains, more importantly, looking at projects surrounding blockchain. Now, I'm not going to give you a lot of technical jargon on this call. We're going to make this simple and easy for everybody to understand. I mean, everybody to understand. But this is where I'd like to leave you, okay? The crypto space has been evolving for a very long time. And from 2024, that's the last 2 years, a lot of movement in terms of banks. Now, I want you to understand something, right? The banks are at a pivotal point at the moment where with crypto, you can send money across the world in split seconds. And banks take 2 to 3 business days. You do understand that, right? I mean, some of you tried sending money overseas. But the issue is, if banks don't evolve, if banks don't look for a faster way to send money cross-border, because think about it, money is digital at the moment. You send, EFTs, your banking apps, you can send money instantaneously to somebody within your country. But why is it a problem when you're sending it overseas? So today we're going to show you what banks are doing to resolve that. And in doing so, we're going to show you an opportunity the way you can pivot. What if I told you, if banks want to send money overseas, they need to use a particular crypto. They need to use it as a fuel. It's called a gas fee. And today we're going to teach you how to make your own gas fee, how you're going to earn your own gas fee called XRP. Imagine that. Imagine your vehicle today that you use and you can manufacture your own fuel. But I want you to take it up a notch. Imagine today you're going to learn to accumulate a fee that the world, the financial world, is about to use. You're in the right place at the right time, and I want you to pay attention. I want you to get rid of all your distractions right now, because the banks are moving the payment system, and we know what they're doing. We know who's doing it, and we know how they're doing it. Now, when I looked at this year, I was in Dubai last year, there were bankers all over the world, from Europe as well as the Middle East, from Dubai, and they were discussing XRP, the buzzword XRP. Okay, we can give you more about that, when it was created, and more importantly, why you need to accumulate. Now, it's easy to talk about, hey, you need to accumulate this, you need to accumulate that, but you need to know why. The reason why is that the world is transitioning. And with the world and the finances transition, and if you position yourself, you make $1 million. So today we're going to show you how to make $1 million. So on the chat right now, whether you believe this or not, whether you can make $1 million, type in yes if you want to learn how to make $1 million. So who am I? I'm in the Bitcoin space for the last 14 years. So when we talk about making $1 million, it's not something that, we're dangling a carrot in front of your face to make it the presentation look good. What if we show you the path? What if we show you the dots? What if we show you exactly how it's going to work? If that intrigues you, what I just said gets your attention, I need you to listen up. Because we're not only going to show you, we're going to prove it factually who is buying this XRP, where is it moving to, and more importantly, how you can earn it. Wow, nice echo there. Let me just mute. Let me see who. Okay, I think Zap already muted them. Okay, perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, did I get your attention? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. I got your attention. This next 40 minutes or so, make notes if you have to, because your financial advisor, your bank manager, and your boss or whoever gives you financial advice don't know what's happening right now. Otherwise, you would have accumulated a lot of XRP. So pay attention to the next speakers. Now, I'm going to hand you over to Zach, who's going to introduce you to Yvette. I have a huge amount of respect for this man when it comes to personal development, life coach. He does it the best with his motivational videos, etc. More importantly, he's in the blockchain space, he's in the crypto space. Anything dealing with exchanges, etc., this man knows his stuff. Now, if you've been involved in any crypto project prior to 2024, I want you to take that experience, put it in the box, tie it up, and keep it one side, because we're in a different era. Governments are now regulating crypto, which means we are in a better place. So whatever you went through prior to that, I want you to ignore. I want you to pay attention to what's moving ahead. So Zap is going to take us through that then. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the reaction bar at the bottom, I want you to put a lot of flames, a lot of hearts, a lot of confetti, maybe applause for this gentleman, Mr. Zap Khan. Guys, I'm not seeing, I need this to be interactive, guys. You're not here to just listen to us, you're here to participate. There you go, Zap. A whole lot of welcome icons for you there. And I really, really do appreciate you, brother. And thank you for making time for being on this call. I did make you co-host, and I'm handing you over the mic. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Thank you so much, Shane. You know, I feel like Muhammad Ali, and you are Don King. You do great promoting. You know what they say, the best promoters get promoted, right? Now, before I hand it over to our wonderful speaker, you know, Shane mentioned something important. He said, imagine, right? Imagine is so important because, you know, it's the biggest nation out there, imagination, because a lot of people forgot how to imagine because of life. Now, there's a guy who came to mind while Shane was speaking. And, you know, when you find crypto projects, I like to think of it when Shane spoke, a treasure hunt, because we find many things out there and some work, some don't. That's why it's a treasure hunt. When you find the right one, you get the treasure. So basically, Mel Fisher came to mind. How many of you all heard of Mel Fisher? Right? Anyone? Yes, no? It's in the chat. Anyone heard of Mel Fisher? So basically, Mel Fisher, right, in 1922, he was born, right? Or his actually said no. Okay, that's good. All right, so 1922, he was born. And this guy had a dream, right? He ran a chicken farm, but he had a dream of saying, one day I'm going to be a treasure hunter. And he never stopped searching. Any little thing he found drew him closer to wanting to find something more. And one of the days when he was in his early 30s, he went on to a wild chase, right? This chase, when he put together a team, right? He said, I cannot promise you security. I cannot promise you safety. I cannot promise you food. And I cannot promise you survival. How many of you all hearing that will say yes to that adventure? But what he did say is, I can promise you all adventure. That's the only thing. And all of them said yes. On that journey, his son-in-law died and his daughter died, right? He lost two crucial people in his life, right? And on that journey, that's what happened. And during that time, he had two options. Let's quit and let's go back. But before he got on that journey, he borrowed money from everyone. So he borrowed over $1 million from people, and now it's gone 5 years, 10 years, people 16 years gone out at sea looking for this treasure. It was the king's bounty. When he finally found that treasure, can anyone guess how much was in the treasure chest? It was over $400 million of gold, silver, and precious metals and religious artifacts and knives. 16 years finding it, and he found it. And in America, Florida wanted to claim it all, and then the people voted against it. And eventually, Mel Fisher got to keep everything. That was the gold that was sent for the king's bounty in Spain. The point is, he never stopped searching. In life, we should never stop searching because we could be 4 feet from gold. And if it takes you 16 years to find $400 million or earn $400 million, I think it would be totally worth it. So the lady I'm going to introduce you to, her name is Yvette. And Yvette also has a passion for personal development. And Yvette is going to walk you through a little bit about the why and also a little bit about why XRP. Because Yvette, even though she's new in this space, Yvette has achieved good ranks in this company and she's not stopping yet. She has attracted successful people in her life because in order to attract successful people, you have to be success yourself. You got to look the part, and Yvette is that. So I'm going to hand it over to our wonderful and amazing Yvette. Yvette, take it away, my friend.
I need to be now very, very careful what I'm doing here at this screen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome to have you all here. It is a privilege to have the opportunity to actually introduce you to this space with amazing leaders in this community. You know, most people are using the internet every day, but very few using it to build additional income. Now, tonight we want to show you the digital economy is changing, why cryptocurrency is part of that conversation, and how you can position yourself with knowledge and wisdom and purpose. So, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Zaf, and thank you, Shane. Thank you for that introduction. Yes, I have been also in the development space, and haven't we all have tried so many opportunities in our life before, where we were robbed, where we were scammed, where we were stolen from. But the story that Zaf has just now told us is to never give hope. And when I met one of my best friends, Alza. She's one of the great leaders in this community. Also high ranks, also opened up her mind to learn about the space. And she introduced me to that, and I thought to myself, I don't know it, because back in the day when Bitcoin came across our path, I said, I don't understand it. It sounds very foreign. It's scam. It is a this and a that. But in today's world, we are living like Shana said, the era has changed. Everything is about digital assets, digital income, digital businesses. So I want to thank you for joining us tonight in this online meeting. In this space, first, your mind, if we're looking, you have a why you are here tonight. Whether it's to have a second line of income or a third line of income, investment or retirement, you have a why you are here. And I've listened to a guy called Hannes Dreyer, and he said in one of his teachings, he mentioned and he said, risk, everything is in the online space, especially in the crypto space, there is risk. There's been a lot of scams, so you have to be as someone that is looking for an opportunity to add to your why. You need to be risk aware. So because in this space of crypto is volatile, and one should never invest money that you cannot afford, for instance. But you need to take the risk to learn, to have more knowledge, to have more information. And what he said, Hannes said, was what is risk? And he said it so powerfully. I'm going to just read it that to you. Risk is when you do not know or understand what you are doing. So to offset risk or to mitigate risk and to manage risk is simply to get high value skills. There are four of them. It's high value mental skills, it's business skills, income skills, and investment skills. So the moment you start combining it, that is when you get the best results. And usually when you tell people this is immediately when they disconnect. So this is where it is very important who you surround yourself with when an opportunity is being given to you. Because the people that you surround yourself with, it's people that you can trust. It is people that you know that will not bring you into a space where you are at risk, but in a space where there are leaders that is not stopping to learn, to guide the people, to give you education, to give you information, so that you can make your own informative decision at the end of the day. So when you surround yourself with great leaders like Zaf, like Shane, that has been in the cryptocurrency space for quite some time, you will be able to elevate yourself, you will be able to grow, and you will be able to expand your mindset as well. So when a new opportunity, what a new opportunity requires is an open mind. It is a willingness to learn, to be patient, to be disciplined, to have wisdom, and to have consistency in this market. Because the right mindset will help you see opportunity where others won't see it. The world that we are moving into is, like I said, digital business, assets, online income, cryptocurrency, financial education. The question is, however, are you going to consume online, or are we going to position ourselves to earn online? So tonight is not about a hype. It is not about pressure. It is not about, it is not, there is guaranteed profits that you can make with this arbitrage trading. And it is not a quick rich promise as well. So it is to understand and to position, to see this as a digital opportunity, and to make informative decisions. Cryptocurrency is growing, and so this is what I want to leave you about. It is open up your minds, open up your, you know, to learn and to be educated. And what I have in my space since I've been here is this is a place where a community, all the leaders is giving hope. This system is giving hope. This company, the XAB company, is giving hope. So it's hope dealers for you to come online and to know that there is a way to fund that why for whatever reason it is that you want to earn online. So yeah, your mindset I want to leave you with this. Your mindset is the first investment you make before any opportunity can grow. So if we talk about XAB Club, cryptocurrency, what is cryptocurrency? Like Shane has mentioned, it is a digital platform where it's a payment system where you don't rely on a middle bank like banks to verify transactions. In this cryptocurrency space, you will be learning about definitions like blockchain, smart contracts, Web3, wallets, exchanges, stable coins in this space, decentralization, which is very, very important because we want to move out of a world of control into a world where you can control your outcome. And this is what the blockchain and this space is all about. So if we look at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, and people phone me today and they say, but the XRP, we are speaking specifically on the cryptocurrency of XRP, which is in the XAB Club. You will be taught about arbitrage trading. You will see that it fluctuates. People don't get excited about that. It is actually now the time to buy. Have faith in the system, have faith in the people that has invited you to this school, trust in these leaders, and make your informative decision. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yvette, for that wonderful, wonderful message. And yes, risk, being born is a risk. Getting in the relationship is a risk. Going out into your car, driving on the road is a risk because that little white line that cannot protect you from the next crazy driver is what you rely on. Think about that. People say, I'll see you tomorrow. How do you know you're going to see tomorrow? Have you lived in tomorrow yet? No, you didn't. So we live, we basically live on basically what it's called. There's a word for that I always use. We bring hope. We bring hope that we're going to be there. And you know what? The subconscious mind makes it happen. And in that way, that's how we basically grow from day to day. But thank you so much, Yvette, for that. And one thing I want to ask everyone before I start the presentation, right? If someone gave you $10 million to jump out of a plane, would you do it? Yes or no? Just type yes or no in the chat. $10 million to jump out of a plane, would you do it? Let's see in the chat. Would you do it? $10 million. Right? People said no, no. All right. Keep it going. Keep it going. $10 million to jump out of a plane. Well, you got no parachute. You had no parachutes. No, no, no. Rose says yes. I think Rose already knows the answer. Well, what if I told you the plane was grounded? You see, the mind works in such a way. It keeps you think of a plane, you think of it in the sky. What if it's grounded and stationary? You can jump that. So that's the thing. That's how your mind is going to work when you see amazing things. So thank you so much for being interactive. Thank you, Yvette. I'm going to start the presentation. Right, here we go. All right, we got almost 90 on the call. Thank you for taking the time for being here because you put your future in your hands and you took the time to be here, and we're going to help you see where we can take you. Remember, we want you to win. We cannot make you win, but we can show you how to win. Right, so XAB Club, this is where your XRP grows. Now, as Yvette mentioned, arbitrage trading, and as Shane mentioned as well, this is arbitrage, and you're going to learn more about it. But one thing we can guarantee you is that you can win here. And the policy is that past profits does not guarantee future results in anything you do in life. Simple as that, right? Yesterday will not be the same as today, and today won't be the same as tomorrow, right? The company isn't liable for third-party issues, meaning if you are sending your money out of the business, out of the program, it's your responsibility. That's why the company does checks on the addresses you're sending to, just to make sure you're not sending it to a site that's going to basically eat up your money. But as always, please make sure the addresses you are sending it to are decentralized, and in that way, everything will be fine. If you're not sure, do not worry. We have videos on that to teach you. Simple as that, because this is your hard-earned money and we don't want you to lose it. So XRP, Ripple, the company, and this is the CEO, Brad Garlinghouse. Now, XRP was launched in June 2012, and it's used by banks. You heard the word banks a lot by both our wonderful speakers, and that's exactly what's happening. The banking system is changing, and it's created to replace the SWIFT banking system, right? So, as you know, one of my family members basically mentioned that a guy wanted to do a business deal in an African country, and his bank SWIFT code basically blocked it. So he was unable to do that. Now, can you imagine if it was working on blockchain? That would have definitely went through. So those are the challenges people face, right? Sending money to different countries because some countries may be sanctioned. So the SWIFT is old, slow, expensive, and confusing, right? And that's exactly what SWIFT is. And currently, Russia told Visa, you know what? Here's the door, get out. Literally, and Visa is out of Russia. So in that way, Russia has found a smarter way on how to generate money. Fun fact, even though there was a war in Russia, when it first started, right, the war, did you know Russia made more money than America that entire year? And yet they were in a war. People say, how? Well, you know what? Success leaves clues, people, and we need to look for those clues. So XRP, right? It's new, it's fast, it's free, and it's transparent. In that way, you can send money anywhere across the world at any time. Bank holiday, doesn't matter. Christmas, New Year's, does not matter. Weekends, doesn't matter. You'll still get the money every single day, all day in a few seconds. That's the power of the blockchain. Now, if XRP takes over 25% of the SWIFT network, so right now, one XRP is about 19 rands. 19 rands, just above $1.13. How many of y'all can afford that? Right? It's actually almost cheaper than a loaf of bread. Can you guys afford that? Just type yes if you can, because I think everyone can. And if Ripple takes over 25% of the SWIFT network, they're not talking about an entire thing. That means one XRP will be valued at over $10,000. In rands, people, that's about 170,000, 180,000 rands for one which is less than a loaf of bread today, right? So you have a decision to make at the end, and you can make the decision and definitely ask your questions before you leave, right? So the goal for XRP is to dominate. Now, we don't want XRP to get to $10,000 and wait for that. So we at Zap Club want you to earn more, because in life they said less is more. No, less is not more. That's a lie. More is more, right? Remember, anything financial is an amplifier to who you are. If you're a mean person, you have more money, you'll be more mean. If you're a kind person, you have more money, you'll be more kind. So money is just an amplifier. It just shows you who people are when they have a lot or when they have less, right? So here we want to help you earn a lot, because if XRP just goes from $1.13 to $10, and you have 100,000 XRP through this business, which you can accumulate, it may look big, but you can get it in short times. That would mean you would have $1 million at just $10 each, right? Just $10 each. And if you have 100,000 XRPs, you have $1 million. That is about 17 million Rand. You don't have to go splash it out on a Lamborghini or something. But you know what? You can earn that 100,000 XRP over and over again. And we'll show you how. Right? So the main thing in life is, how do you earn it? A lot of people, if you have the money, you can always buy yourself there and get on whatever packages you want. But how do you earn it? Because the reality is, the reason why Shane, myself, and other people love this company, because you can start with the lowest of the lowest income brackets in South Africa. Because the average person in South Africa makes about $250 a month. And that is sad, because when you look at the petrol prices and you look at the food prices and you wonder, how do people live, especially if they're spending close to $80 to $100 on taxi fares? They must now live on the rest for the rest of the month on food, groceries, family. And the reality is, people, if you look at waiters and waitresses, right? Take nothing away from that. But in other countries, those are your 3 to 6 month jobs. But in South Africa, because jobs are so difficult, you may find a waiter and waitress working that job for 10, 15 years. It was not meant to be that. It was meant for you to learn from that and move on to the next level. Eventually, you are the manager of that business. But in our country, it's very difficult to become the manager in that way, because people are left where they are. They are ill-treated and they're captive. But the reality is, if you look on the blockchain, it does not discriminate. People, you can be a petrol attendant or a shelf packer or a waitress. And if you look at this business and you say, you know what, I can make it work, guess what? Tomorrow, you will own that petrol station and you'll probably own that restaurant. Because the reality is, the blockchain, if you follow what we are teaching, there is no guarantee you're going to lose if you follow the concept on what we're teaching. If you're up for that, then that's great. So this is where your XRP grows. Now, if you have XRP on a decentralized wallet, your whatever XRP you have, 100,000, whatever cap there, at the end of the year, it's still the same. But on Zap Club, we have a powerful tool that multiplies it. Not just double, triples it, and we'll show you how. So this is the brainchild behind the business, Dr. Jack Van Muller. Very, very calm, collected, and a shy guy as well, but you'll see his passion when he speaks. And you get to meet him in South Africa. Shane will mention the dates as well. He's coming to Durban. You get to meet him. Right? Amazing guy. So he started his career in the tech industry with drones, and then he wanted to tap into the financial sector, because I truly believe if you really help people earn life-changing income, you found the blueprint to success. Because there's many things out there. You know what? There's doctors, lawyers, that's fine. We need those, right? Simple as that. But a lot of people go out there to university to learn how to earn money. And the reality is, Bob Proctor said it famously, right? You earn money by providing a service, done and dusted. So when I used to ask people, why do you go to work? I go to work to make money. I said, no, you don't go to work to make money, because if you go to work to make money, you're very bad at making money. You don't have a money printing machine. How do you make money? You earn money. So the point is, you earn money for the service you provide. And guess what? You can provide any service. You can be a gardener providing service to someone, you're making money. So you just got to find out how to do what you do it the best, and you'll earn the most by helping the most people. So here you can do that. You can out-earn anyone on this call if you put in the work, right? So you're going to see some figures, right? Shane's going to show you some figures. It'll probably make you fall off your seat. But you know what? That is just the tip of the iceberg. There is a lot more you can earn from this. We want you to milk the system for all it's worth. We want you to change your life. We want you to be the first person in your entire community and generation to change everything for everyone in your family. And you can do that. You can be that one person that does that. So we're working here with the arbitrage. Right? Arbitrage is used by banks. You take your money, they put it in fixed, and they give you the transaction fee. That's what you get, right? Simple as that. And you're excited at the end of your 10-year with the bank in fixed. It's like, hey, I made a lot of money. You go on 2 holidays and the money's done, right? Yet that bank took your money and they made hundreds of millions of it. That's the reality, people. You take 100 Rand, you put it in the ATM, you take 7 Rand fees to keep your money. You're paying them to take your money. And do you know the T's and C's? It's simple there. It tells you the bank is not liable for any losses. So tomorrow, if your bank loses all your money, you can't take them to court. They got nothing to give you. What they're going to give you, you trusted them with your money. And that has happened before in the UK, in Ireland. The bank lost everyone's money. The guy was a gambler and he gambled away over 20 billion pounds gone. What are you going to do? Nothing, right? You can't do anything. There's no money. So with arbitrage, we teach you, right? And you just got to follow the system. You don't have to trade. The arbitrage works. It buys low and it sells high. There's 4 exchanges. There's Bitstamp, there's Coinbase. Bitstamp, it's Coinbase, and it's also Kraken and Binance. So in that way, it'll buy from one and sell to the other. And you make the profit. You look at your airdrops. How many of you all earned at least 1 airdrop? Or if you earn more than that, put the number of airdrops you earned. I want the new members to see, because you earn that either by building a business or not building a business. Who on here hasn't recruited 1 person but has earned an airdrop? Just type there if you have. Just type yes, I have. If you've not recruited 1 person and earned the airdrop, because guess what? Even if you don't recruit, you can earn. If you want to be just on your own and not recruit anyone, that's fine. Guess what? We still love you and you still earn. So you can earn up to 1%, right? Some days it's 0.6, some days 0.7, but it's still more than what the bank will give you in a month, right? So imagine that. It's really great. Some days it is at 1%, right? And then you earn 6 days a week. So tonight, Shane is going to show you how to activate your bot. And that's a bot that works for you, right? It's your loyal slave. Look at it like that, right? It doesn't sleep. It works 24/7, 365. And on a Monday, our system goes into calibration to pay out all the commissions for those that are building. And then we start again on a Tuesday, simple as that. So you can increase this, right? Now you see you're earning up to 1%, you want to earn up to 2%. All you got to do is refer 1 person. How many of y'all know 1 person? Just type 1 in the chat. If you know 1 person, that's all. If you know 1 person and that person comes on board with a little more than what you came on board with, guess what? You can go Sonic for 45 days, right? And you can extend that. You can go Sonic multiple times after the 45 days if you are building a business, and Sonic helps you earn up to 2%. So it may not be exactly 2%, but it's over 1%, which is still great, right? So it's a multiplier. And we have a new system coming out as well, where it's going to give every single person, no matter the amount you come on with, even if you don't recruit someone, you will still earn Sonic for 15 days to give you a taste of it. The company is really giving you rewards for you just doing the work once. So this is the packages, right? So you can come on board with any amount above 10 XRP. So basically 11. So when the money, I usually tell people, when the money is leaving your exchange, when XRP is leaving your exchange, at least make sure it's 13 or 14. Simple as that. Because some exchanges charge you 1 XRP. Binance charges you, I think, 0.2, so which is good. But I always tell people, if it's 11, make sure it's leaving the exchange at least 13 or 14. It's fine. Because whatever you got there, the system is going to triple that over the duration. So it's not any loss, you're actually gaining, right? So to lock your spot, to activate, it's 10 XRP. And someone type 10 XRP in the chat. 10 XRP is to activate. That's all. It's not to build your dream income or to build your dream life, but if you are a team builder, yes, you can. If you're an investor, 10 XRP is not really going to change your life, but you can dip your toes into the water with 10. But the thing is, everyone who came into my business and came in with a decent package and said, I'm not going to recruit, but you know what? The earnings are still good. They told their family members, and now they're building a business without even wanting to build a business because it's fun. People, you got to make this business fun. It's not a stressful business. Do not stress yourself out. This business is fun, right? We all love Tuesdays, and you're going to see why. So this will pay you up to 300%. So 10 is to lock your spot. Your first milestone is 100 XRP. Someone type 100 XRP in the chat. This is personally for me. If you really want to build a business, this is where you need to listen. If you don't, I'm going to show you how you can just invest and earn along the way. So if you want to build a business, 100 XRP is your first milestone. Right now, 2 weeks ago, one of my friends signed up, 2,700 it came to with exchange fees for 100 XRP. Today, about 1,800, give or take exchange fees, right? It should come to about 1.9. People, that's almost about 700 and saving. So XRP is on a discount, not only for Black Friday, because XRP doesn't go on sale on Black Friday. And plus, it's funny because in South Africa, even people on Black Friday go and ask for a bargain. It just doesn't make sense, right? But today is like Black Friday for XRP. It's low. And it might even get a little bit lower. But you know what? Once it hits a little bit lower, it's going to go up. So the price you see today is not the price you're going to basically see tomorrow. And if you buy in at 100 XRP today, you'll already be in profit by next week as XRP rises. So in that way, it's amazing when you look at the markets and how it works. So whenever the markets are red and down, for me, that's good. Red is good, right? Red is very good. Why? Because it shows you the possibilities of everyone chickening out and running and saying, this is good, this is drowning, that is drowning, XRP is falling. Good. You know what happened when Bitcoin fell? The people that actually held it for many years cashed out of fear. When Bitcoin hit its rock bottom, people bought in. The people that couldn't afford sold certain things because they knew where it was going. Now, I'm not telling you to sell things, but that's what they did because the market corrects itself. And guess what? People bought in at Bitcoin when it was about 60,000. It dropped all the way down to almost 10,000. People thought this is dying. No, they cashed out. Those that bought in at 10,000 rode the wave all the way up to over 100,000. Did they make money? Hell yes. 10x, right? So the point is that don't watch the news. The news is just lying to you in any way because they want to sell you fear. You plug on calls like this and you listen to Dr. Jack speaking on our calls. He's giving you insider news of what's really happening. Because when the news tells you it's bad, the rich people are buying, the poor people are selling. They call people that work, who earn money, they call it dumb money. That's what Wall Street calls that because they play with your money and they play with your lives, right? Cryptocurrency is smart money. So we are teaching you that. So 100 XRP is your first milestone. Second milestone is 500 XRP. Someone type 500 XRP in the chat. I had 3 people sign up over the last few days, 500, 500, 500. So we are tracking the 500 club. Why? Because 500 XRP is about 9,000 Rand. And let's face it, a lot of people put money in scam projects. I know people who put 100,000 in projects that are gone in a month, 2 months, because people are saying 15% a day, 20% a day. It's like, that's not even sustainable. That means you are taking person A and paying person B, taking person C and paying person D, and eventually that whole thing collapses. So that's not realistic, people. Not at all. Anything like that is a red flag. I warn people immediately when I see that and tell them, you know what? If you're going to recruit people, make sure you can sleep at night because I can't. So with this realistic income, so 500 XRP right now is about 9,000, right? And if you can afford that, great. If you're an investor, then that shouldn't be a problem because 500 XRP, as you see in the bottom, the system will pay you out 300% over the course of the year. Even if you do nothing, you'll earn that in the course of the year. But if you're building a business, you can 300% this in a month. Simple as that. You can do it in a week. Simple as that. And we'll show you how. So 500 XRP will eventually be 1,500 XRP, right? It'll be 1,500 XRP, which means that will be worth well over, I think it's well over 500, yeah, 1,500 XRP will be close to about almost 100,000 Rand. If you're looking at XRP price, that's about, I think it's about $10 a piece or something. But yes, so that can be life-changing for a lot of people. And knowing where XRP is going, that is a good choice as well. So now you got your activation 10 XRP, 100 XRP your first milestone, and 500 XRP is your ticket onto the bigger levels of earnings. So when you got big packages, the arbitrage loves you a lot. I know a guy who signed up last week, 2,000 XRP. Today he already earned 45 XRPs in about a week. Yeah, in about a week. 45 plus XRPs. That is crazy. So this is why I say 500 XRP. It should be a goal if you're in this business because something can change for you financially with 500 XRP. The arbitrage pays out better, but also this is not the current price, but XRP today is about $1.13. So this was when XRP was $1.43. And remember what I said, the market will correct itself, which means it will get back up there. Right now, 500 XRP is not $715, it's about $600, right? So in that way, when the market cap just increases by 10%, because as Shane mentioned, as Yvette mentioned, the banks are taking it over, right? When the banks do that, let them do the heavy lifting. It's about time the banks become your slaves, right? In that way, right? This is cryptocurrency. It's the economy equalizer. It gives the average and low income to earn extraordinary income. So if the market cap for XRP just increases by 10%, that means one XRP will not be $1.43, it'll be $12.95, which means what you spent about 9,000 to come on with, you can earn a possible 100,000 Rand, $6,500 US dollars. From almost 9,900 Rands to almost 100,000 Rands with 500 XRP. And you know the beautiful thing about the XAB Club? It takes the 500 XRP and over the course of the entire year, if you're not building a team and you're just earning airdrops, it turns a 500 into 1,500 because 300%. So you can see that can be life-changing money for a lot of people for doing absolutely nothing except doing that just one time ever. And obviously every Tuesday activating your bot, simple as that. So don't look at this as being a 1 XRP business or sorry, a $1 business or $2 business. Look at this as being your maybe your $100,000 business or your $1 million business. If you treat it like that, it's going to pay you like that. Now Shane will show you this later on is how to activate your bots and he'll show you the airdrops as well. So this is the smart contract and a smart contract is designed to do what exactly it is set to do. So there's no human intervention in the sense that, oh, we can change this, we can change that, we can change the earnings. No, you cannot. Once it's written, it's done. And that's the smart contract. It's on the blockchain. It cannot be edited, deleted, and it cannot be manipulated. That's the main thing in life. Whenever there's a human interaction, there's always going to be greed somewhere down the line. But with a smart contract, once it's done and dusted, it's set to do exactly what it does. And that is exactly what it does. So if you follow what Shane did, what I did, what Yvette did, Elza, Vikashni, and all of you amazing people on this call, whatever you all did with your business and your achieve success, if you follow them, you will get the success as well. Because like I said, the blockchain does not discriminate. And we love people that love to learn because when you learn, you earn. Now, if you refer people, this is for the business builders. If you don't want to build a business, it's totally fine. You can pick a package that suits your pocket. You can get started and you can start your investment in the business and earn your airdrops. That's fine. We love you as well. And if you want to build a business and you want to earn unlimited XRP, can someone type unlimited? And if you cannot spell it, it's okay. We don't judge because you know what? Money really matters, right? When your bank balance is big, who cares about spelling, right? So direct bonus, 8% you can earn, right? On every single referral. Every single referral. That is huge. Think about this. You bring someone on with 10 XRP, you earn 0.8. You bring someone on with 15 XRP, you earn 1 XRP. You bring someone on with 100 XRP, you will earn 8 XRP, right? So you'll always earn 8% on whatever amount the person comes on with. That's for your direct referral. That means you sent your link. Shane sent his link to me. I came on board with whatever I came on board with. He earned 8%. If I buy a bot tomorrow, he earns 8%. If I buy a bot next month, he earns 8%. If I buy a bot in December, he earns 8%. Every single time I buy a bot, he earns 8%. What is he going to do with that? He's either going to basically cash out or he's going to be smart and he's going to buy more bots. In that way, you can get to those big ranks. That's the thing I taught my team, and that's why they're so successful as well. Because every time you see 11 XRP in your commissions or in your airdrops, buy a bot. Because how else are you going to get to 500 and 1,000 if you don't have the money to buy it? You can earn it. Be smart with that. Let your money work for you. Now, Shane, he referred me, and well, Shane probably knew what I was going to do with the business. But let's say Shane didn't know what I was going to do in the business. And I brought in a hell of a lot of people because credibility matters. The main thing I do in business, whenever I get involved, I help people become successful very quick. I want to put money in their pockets. So I create a system and I show them how, and they follow it. If they don't, it's entirely up to them. But the point is that it's like me giving you the lotto ticket with all the numbers and telling you, right, go and cash it in. And you still asking if the numbers are correct. That's how some people live their life. They're unsure. But if you follow the same system, what our upline Julia, Angelica did, DMA did, Shane did, I did, and everyone else on the call did, you'll get the same rewards. So level 2 will pay you 2%. Now let's say I brought on Elza. Elza came on and I earn 2%. Right on that. Right? So sorry, I earn 8%, Shane earned 2% on that, right? Because Elza will be level 2, right? Or for me, and basically, yeah, level 3 for him. So in that way, as we're building, you can earn of up to 20 levels deep, which means you can build one solid business and earn 20 levels deep, which means in total you can capitalize on over 500,000 people. You're not building a business here, people, you're building an empire. And that is huge because I do not know who's on my level 10 by name. I just see people coming on a group and that's great. When I see them on a group and I go to my dashboard and I see their name there and I go on the commissions and I see their name there, great, I got paid from that person. I don't know who they are, but I love them. And you know what? We thank them and we help them build their business because now they're going to build level 11 to 20. And guess what? 0.5% there. This is huge, people. Right here is 250,000 people right here. Right? So don't only work with the people you know in your team, in your business. Find out from people who they brought on, work with them, because if you help them, they're going to build a business. Because the reality is some people come into the business, they don't come on Zoom calls, they know nothing about it until you reach out and find out from them, hey, have you been on a Zoom call? You know, do you know how to earn? No. Well, help them. In that way, it's going to help you. So when I said 500 XRP, again, 500 XRP is what you need personally eventually to accumulate everything that's going to come next, and that is this. So now if you're here and you still want to build a business, then this is great because you're going to get rewarded even further. Those of y'all that typed unlimited in the chat, this is where unlimited is, right? For you to qualify for ranks. Now the first rank is Ambassador 1, right? We do have a few Ambassador 1s on the call, and that's great. If you're comfortable, type whatever rank you are in the business on the call. It's always good to recognize y'all as well. So basically, Ambassador 1 at 1,000 in volume, right? Now that's team volume. If you have people coming in your business with 100 XRP, then 10 people you get there. Done and dusted. If you got people coming with 10 XRP, you can still build that and get to that, right? Simple as that, right? We have a system where we build 5 legs and you can duplicate under those 5. Simple as that. If you want to build longer and bigger, you can. There's no limits. The more legs of business you grow, the more money you make, right? There's no limits here. So the payout there is 6%, which is 60 XRP, right? 60 XRP is about 1,400 rands, right? Quite okay as a start, right? And you get to Ambassador 2, 2,500 in volume, Ambassador 2, 2,500 in volume, 7%. That's 175 XRP, right? It's about 4,100, about 4,100 rands. Then you get to Ambassador 5, 5,000 XRP, 8% of that is 400 XRP. That's almost 9,500 rands, right? Now life starts to look a little bit different. And then you get to Ambassador 10, right? Ambassador 10, we have 3 on this call, I believe. And Shane got a few in his family as well. And Tim got Elza as well, Ambassador 10 on their way to rubies as well. 9% on that volume. And that is what, 900 XRPs, people. And then you get to ruby, right? The red ruby right there. And that's where things start to look a little bit different because on 20,000 in volume, you earn 10%. 10% is 2,000 XRPs, right? And that's a minimum. It's not just the full pair of ruby. You can tap deeper into that, right? And that 2% is about close to 50,000 rand. And like I said, it's the minimum. You can tap almost 100,000 plus at ruby volume before you knock on the door of sapphire, which is the next one. So Shane on this call is a sapphire. So in that way, 50,000 XRP in volume. Remember, this is not you putting in all the effort yourself. It's you helping your team. So when you're build an empire, take a shovel and start digging because you're going to find gold, right? So the digging is meaning you helping your friends, helping your family, getting ahead. If you forget about yourself and you help them, you're going to reward yourself. If you're only about you, then you're going to have a problem in the business. So reach out and help others and lift them up, right? So 11% of that is 5,500 XRPs. Now minimum is 129,000. Now you can tap into almost 200,000 plus before you knock on the door of diamond, which is 100,000 XRP. At 12% is 12,000 XRPs. 12,000 XRPs at diamond, right? For me, that is life-changing in South Africa, right? But currently, it will pay you 281,000, which is still great, because XRP is down and that is fantastic and it's okay. But XRP will get to $10, which means your 281,000 rand will be valued over $120,000, which means almost 1.5 million rands, right? How about that, right? And then when XRP goes to $100, your 12,000 XRP will be worth 1.2 million US dollars, which means almost 18 million rand, right? 18 million rands. And you know the crazy thing about the system, when I asked Shane before, Shane said, no, Zap, the volume doesn't flush. I was like, how is that possible? The reality is, people, it's a rolling calendar, which means if you are Ambassador 10, Ruby, Sapphire, and you claim your reward, Shane will show you what that looks like. When you claim it, right? Tomorrow, the volume starts to come back because you built a system, you built a team, and you're helping people qualify. So these volumes will come back again and again and again. Imagine you cashing out diamond 3 times a year. Then you're cashing out 4 times a year, 5 times a year, 6 times a year. There's a lady in our business, right? She's our upline, Julia. She does diamond every month, 12,000 XRPs every month. She bought a house in Costa Rica, living a dream life with her mom. What will you do with 12,000 XRPs every single month? That is huge. She built the business, right? You get to meet her as well in Durban. She's coming to Sabaya. You get to meet her, ask her questions. Because if you ask quality questions to quality people, you'll earn quality income. But if you sit and listen to your broke uncle or your broke aunt, whatever it is, those people that are, have never done it, they'll tell you, no, it's not possible. Well, it's not possible for them because they lost the hope. As Yvette said, hope dealers, right? Don't listen to people that are not in it, right? You cannot enjoy the view of the inside of the club from the outside. You got to be inside to enjoy it, right? You got to feel it. Again, at the bottom, 500 XRPs for you to claim all of this. And guess what? Don't look at this as you giving the company 500. The company is taking your 500 and they're giving you 1,500 back. So what are they actually taking? They're giving you. Everything is there for you. So as always, a roadmap is important because without a vision, the good book always says you perish. Good to have a vision. This is happening in about, 12, 13 days, right? You'll see in your dashboard, Thailand, right? So we also got a crypto card with this company, right? Powered by MasterCard. So in that way, Dr. Jack created the XRP bot. 7 years in the making, 7 years of testing, trial, errors, breaking, remaking everything. And then he found Mr. Rehan and he found Shweta, who put this system together, right? They put the system together and then he attached the bot to the system. The company is about a year old. The bot is about 7 years old. And that is a good thing for me because at least the bot has been in the market a longer. And guess what? There could be other crypto bots coming, right? That's just something we heard a long time ago, and that is good. So for now, it's XRP, and they have a card. So here's the thing. They multiply your XRP, and they give you a card to spend your XRP. They created an ATM XRP machine. Let's just call it that. Because it's making you money, and now you can spend your money. You can use that card anywhere in the world, right? And in November, how many of y'all want to come with us to Egypt? Type Egypt in the chat. Because from today, from yesterday, from last week, from last month, you're all in this business to win. So why not win big and join us in Sharm el-Sheikh on a yacht? Because you can. Now to get there, you build your business. You can pay for your way there, it's fine. But how about this? How about you pay for your way there and the company pays you back? So you get paid to go on holiday. We won't call it a vacation, we'll call it a paycation. How's that? And that's the reality. Once you get to Ruby, Sapphire, and Diamond, you can get your event tickets paid for, your flight and accommodation paid for. And if you're Diamond, you get your flight, accommodation, and 2 extra days on the resort with a Diamond retreat. Company pays you back for everything you put in, right? Multiple times. So that's great. Property tokenization, I'm going to leave that for Shane. But before I hand it over, tokenization is very, very important. I spoke the other day to one of the wealthiest people, one of the wealthiest men in Mexico. And he says tokenization is happening. JP Morgan and Chase are tokenizing their commodities. Tokenization is huge. People are tokenizing skyscrapers, buildings, and guess what? Zap Club are also doing that. You can get a portion of that. I mean, if JP Morgan and Chase are doing that tokenizing, looking to expand their wealth by sharing it with others and having others invest in it, that's telling you something. And guess what else JP Morgan is doing? They endorsed XRP. So success leaves clues, right? Some will, some won't, so what? If not this, then what? If not now, then when? And as always, I'll see you on the beaches of the world. I'm going to hand it over to our wonderful Shane. And thank you as well, once again, Yvette and everyone. You guys have been a beautiful audience.
Wow, guys, let's flame it up for Mr. Zaf Khan. Absolutely brilliant delivery there, giving you a whole lot of information regarding the compensation plan. So what I want to do is I want to break things down, right? For those people who come into the call and said, you know what, Shane, I love what I saw, but I can't, like some people can absorb a lot of information, but those new guys that say, Shane, can you break it down? Now, this is what I want to do. I want you to understand something. Of all the things that Yvette and Zaf said, I just want you to understand world banks are moving to XRP. One XRP is under 25 Rand. We want you to take your XRP, put it into a bot that's going to give you more XRP. You understand? The fuel, XRP, we want to give you more. That's what your bot is going to do. So what I did was, some of you on this call say, but Shane, can I truly make $1 million? So my budget is only 10 XRP. I'm going through a very difficult time in my life. I really don't have that much of funds to spend. But if I just take 10 XRP and 1 XRP is the fee, so let's call it 11, what can I do with it? Now, I don't know who you are. I don't know what's your capabilities. I don't know what's your work ethic. I don't know how hungry you are. I don't know what legacy you want to leave for your family. I don't know. Okay. But I can tell you one thing, that there's no business in South Africa or Africa you can open for 300 Rand. I know that. So what I did was I ran with the opportunity. So I want to show you facts and figures. It's easy to talk numbers, but whatever Zaf said, I want to just break it down on the screen. This is my back office. Okay. I'm going to click home here. And this is the event that Zaf was talking about on the 20th of June. Now, I want to show you something very, very simple. I'm going to click packages. This can be a training for you guys as well, because everybody gets one of this, okay? I got started on the 31st of October, 2025. Now, why this date? Very simple. It's because of this. Now, when I saw this in Dubai, I said I liked it, but I was not an XRP guy. But ABSA Corporate Investment Banking released this article. You can see that's their website. 15th of October, 2025, ABSA Bank partners with Ripple, 15th of October. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I hate being left behind when it comes to technology. And when you see a huge bank, ABSA, Standard Bank, Nedbank, all moving towards this, you got to be really, really, I don't want to use market terms, but you got to be very, very slow upstairs not to jump on the bandwagon. As I've said, the plane is on the ground. So I took advantage over that. I got a hold of the owners of the company and told them, look, talk to me. I think we need this. 31st of October, I got started. I did nothing from October till January, because 31st of October, I got started. As I've said, I took it out to my family. I made 40 XRP there, times 4, obviously. And November, I did nothing. December, I was on the beach. And I got started building again in 13 January, once I did my due diligence. Okay. So now I'm on a 500 XRP. So Zaf said we activate this every Tuesdays. Now I want you guys to pay attention. Can you do this? Let's just say if you've got 350 Rand, and can you do this following things every Tuesday? Can you log in, click packages? Okay, that's packages, that's right here. Can you see that? I hope it's clear enough for you guys, right? All you're going to do is basically tap this bot. Can you see this bot here? It's white. Can you see? It's like going for a funeral. It's very, very sad. So when you see it like this on a Tuesday, you click on it. Once you click it in, you leave all these parameters. They all set. You don't touch anything. You click submit and you click yes. And guess what? The bot goes green. Arms are waving and it says trading. Now, can you do that? On the chat, type in yes, Y for yes, N for no. And if you can't do that, then you know what? Then I don't know. Then you shouldn't even have had a smartphone, because you need to, when you log onto your phone, you need to click more than 3 buttons for you to go on your phone, right? So can you do that? Watch again. This is my second bot I'm going to activate. All you're going to do is, okay, let's start. When you come into your back office, you're going to see the event ticket there. You're going to click that and you're going to click packages. Okay. Once you click packages, you're going to see all your bots. Basically, what I just showed you. Now, All you're going to do is to click on the bot. Let me just go back here. It's got a timer, obviously, so you're just going to go back. Sorry, guys, I logged in earlier on and I didn't double check this, right? So it's giving me that. Let me go back here. Click packages, click on the bot. You make sure the parameters are there. You click submit and you click yes. So what happens? The bot, because it's under 500, this is a blue bot, okay? And it says trading. You do the same. Click on the bot, click submit, click yes, and the bot goes blue. And you don't touch this until next week, Tuesday. Now, you can have multiple bots. As I've said, every time you take a bot, I make 8%, okay? Can you do that? Do you have 300 or 350? And it depends on your exchange. And can you do that? If you can do that, there's no excuse for you to, to tell the person who's writing this call that I can't do it, because I just showed you XAB bank and the banks are coming involved. Now, let's show you what else I've done. Because the system is so easy, I decided to take it out to a group of people, Zaf being one of them. Now, when I click on the tree view, we'll show you there's over 2,000 people that's already registered. The active members are 1,002. And remember, this is mid-January, right? 1,252 active members. And it's obviously giving you some information there. Now, let's look at home again one more time. And I want to show you the numbers, okay? Because this is important. Now, for today, my team volume is 3,234 for today. I want us to really sink in, right? I'm just going to open up this presentation quickly because I want to, as a business person, if you're a business guy out here, if you have an entrepreneurial mind, then this is for you. For those of you who are in jobs and don't have an entrepreneurial mind, I understand, but you need to bear with me for this, right? There you go. One more. There you go. Now, for you to become ambassador 2, you need to have a team volume of 2,500 and you earn 7% of 2,500. Some of you may say, but how long? You know the excuse you give your mind? How long did it take me to reach 2,500? You know the excuses, right? So you are here. Whereas just today, 3,200. Okay. Now, why? It's because I took that opportunity and said, I want to take this out to my market. Now, I want you to listen. A lot of you are going to have your opinions of what I'm about to say. Oh, do I have to show other people? Do I have to do this? Do I have to be on the Zoom? It depends how hungry you are. If you don't want to, you get your link, you take your bot, and it trades for you 6 days a week. You happy with that? You go with that. There's a special breed of person that I'm speaking to that's probably saying, Shane, I needed a plan B for 2025. It came and it went. 2026, we're halfway through. I didn't even go through my goals as yet. Shane, you don't understand. Petrol price is going up to under 3 Rand more a liter. Shane, you don't understand. Bread is going up. Shane, you don't understand. The school fees is going up. Shane, you don't understand. Well, what are you doing about it? It's easy to complain. What are you doing about it? For 350 Rand, you can get your own online business on the blockchain and your MasterCard. Okay, now listen to this very carefully. If you are that person that says, Shane, you know what? Can I do this? Yeah. If you're the person that says, Shane, I can't do this. Yeah. Either way, you're right because you are saying it. So to do this business side, I want a commitment from you. You have to be on any Zoom call, either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Can you do that? Type yes in the chat. Otherwise, forget about doing the business side. If you're going to make this type of money, I want you to understand that this is not child's play. I want you to understand that we are taking this to masses. I want you to understand that we're taking this very seriously. This is our livelihood. Now, you may wonder why. You see, when Bitcoin was created, no banks advertised for it. You never seen a billboard. You never seen government advertising for it. Everybody was against it. But there's a few brainy people said, let's look at the blockchain. Let's build. Today, it's worth over, $69,000. It didn't come easy. We paid the price. You need to understand. Now, with this year as well, when we take this out, there is no billboards. There is no banks. There is no government. You are the billboards. Just like how we with Bitcoin was the billboard, You are the billboard, and the company want to compensate you. So you got to have a special type of mindset for this. You got to be hungry for this. You got to understand that there's nothing out there that you can get right now, an online business for this price. Am I making sense? Now, here's the biggest mistake people make. People make a mistake thinking that it's a 10 XRP business and are treated like a 300 or 350 Rand business. You treat it like a hobby, and a hobby pays you peanuts. You need to understand that. So if you want to make big money but don't have money, we'll hold your hand. We will teach you. We will promote you. We will make you understand that this is how the system works. You've got to change your mindset from a person who's being a 9 to 5 or a person who's waiting for an income to come in to a person who says, I want to be online, Web3, and I want to have my own virtual bank. You understand? You need training. So this is your commitment I want. At least Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Zap does his calls Mondays and Tuesday. I do the Wednesday call. Any day you can choose. Come on, right? Any one day, choose. Friday, we have a corporate call. That means you need to see what the world is talking. Not Zaf, not Yvette, not Elza, not Shane D. You need to see what the world is doing. So because I want you to open up your horizon, I want you to see, okay, this is where the world is moving and which direction you need to go. If you're around 5 broke friends, guess who's the 6th? Okay, so that's Friday. Now, understandably, oh, Shane, I'm out of the pub. I'm going out for dinner with my family. I can't make it this Friday. Whatever you tell yourself, no problem. That's fine. Saturday is the training. How to make $1 million. Obviously, you need to, you're brainwashed right now to only earn X amount by the banking system. So now what we need to do, we need to clean that state and reprogram your brain. For reprogram, you need to know, why do I work to make $1 million, or what do I need to get there? So Saturday, we have the training with Mr. DMA. Very, very powerful. If you want to make $1 million, you tune into that call Saturday. Now, there's a non-negotiable. Sunday, 9 p.m., you got a date with the CEO of the company where he goes live and shows you how your bot work. You already paid your money. You're already in the system. Zero excuses for you to not to be on the call. What happens on the call? Easy. What happened during the week with XRP? Our CEO tells you from a corporate point of view. $50 million in our trading fund. That's what is there, the arbitrage trading. He's going to tell you what's been happening with XRP. Number one, he's going to go in live into the bot and show you how the bot moves from exchange to exchange and what profits, and show you the XRP scan, which is the blockchain. He's going to show you how the numbers come in. He's going to show you how the money is made. So when you go out there and somebody tells you, they're taking from BT to PayPal, nah, I saw the bot working in real time. I was on the call with the CEO. What you mean? Yeah, we do have a CEO. So don't come with those pyramid and Ponzi talks by us, because MasterCard does not partner with companies that come from that caliber. You understand? They do due diligence on the owners. They do due diligence on the company. They want to see for the next 5 years, what is the projection of the company for MasterCard to associate themselves with that. So we are talking real business here. Sunday, non-negotiable. If you tell me, Shane, I want to build this business and you got no time to be on these calls, there's a problem, because we don't want you to misrepresent our business. So let me show you, me following these rules, what I've done with 10 XRP, and everybody on this call can do it. What's my lifetime earning? I want you guys to calculate. My lifetime earning is 6,000, call it 6,400. Can you see that? Lifetime earning. Now, remember Zach told you that you earn unlimited levels deep. So my team volume is 98,000 XRP, almost 100,000 XRP. I already claimed my Ruby rank before. This was on March. This is April, May. Now we are in June, right? So 26th of March, call it April, May, 2 months, 2.5 months. I claimed Ruby, 4,000 XRP. Now I'm about to claim Sapphire. How much? 8,145. Add 8,145 plus 6,400. That's 8, 10, 14, 14, 5, 14,500. Okay. 271,000. 271,000. And remember, one XRP is only 18 Rand. What happened when this goes to 20 Rand, 25 Rand, 30 Rand, 100 Rand? Do you know what happens to this figure? That goes to 500,000, 700,000, 1 million with what I've done now in the last 5 months. So no excuses. Don't come and tell me if you are born in the place of poverty or an average mindset, and if you remain there all your life, that's your fault. Right now, the world is moving. It's evolving. AI is taking away the fourth industrial revolution. I had 2 weeks ago, I was in Malaysia learning about 4IR and AI, and it cannot be done without crypto, without XRP. So when we talk about the bot, I want you to understand we are going way further. When you talk about $1 billion, that is the bare minimum you're going to make. So if you want to make this type of numbers, you can start low, but you build yourself up. It just gives you an opportunity. Now, I want to ask you guys something. How long does an average South African have to work at a full-time job to earn 271,000 rand? So what do? I don't have a deployment. I be in my office. I do Zoom calls. I go out for meetings. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 7 o'clock is a non-negotiable for me. I'm here. Why? I treat it like a business. So some of you wake up in the morning at 5, get to work by 7, and you treat that as your business, but you know who owns the business. You do just enough for you to get paid, and your boss pays you just enough to get his work done. So me, this is my time with my people, with my team, with my organization. Because when we say we're launching real world assets, when every one of you on this call will have an opportunity to earn rental income from Dubai, London, New York, you must have already the mindset ready to go. Shane, I'm ready. Julian is on the call. Yvette is on the call. We've got Assis Sachin is on the call. Zach is always on the call. We've got Vikashni is on the call. Who else? We've got Alvin is on the call. We've got Bongani is on the call. We've got Chief Sean is on the call. By the way, I spent time with Chief Sean last night. Thanks for having me over on your call. Davey is on the call. When Doomy is on the call. When we're ready to go, RWA, real world assets, do you think I'm going to sit down and go, are you interested in buying this tokenized where you're earning? No ways. You guys are already going to be up there on my level. We're all going to be together, the same education, the same mindset, the same posture. So when we take this out, we're ready to rock and roll. We are ready to take, I don't have to sit down and train any one of you. Why? You've been on calls, you've been with the CEO, you are updated, you know exactly what's happening with. And that is how you stay ahead when it comes to technology. Your Netflix is not going to do a damn thing for you. Your YouTube is not going to do a damn thing for you. Spend time with people who's making moves in the market. I was trained by Robert Kiyosaki, personally, one-on-one in London. Richard Branson, personally, one-on-one. Up to down, reading books. Okay? I always read this book here, Mr. Bitcoin, How to Become a Millionaire. So some of you says, Shane, you don't understand, I can't afford it. What's your excuse for XRP? Under 19 Rand? So please, you know that voice in your head that tells you that you can't do it? For those of you who want to know what voice, I'm talking to that one. When you're going to research this, Shane, you don't understand. I need to go do due diligence. Fine. Don't come back to us and tell us you read a blog on Google, you saw this on YouTube, because let me tell you something. What you saw, the person who invited you finished CDAT. We finished CDAT when we got started. MasterCard finished CDAT, and they still made a decision to join us. So you can believe whatever propaganda that's on the Web2 space, which is Google and YouTube, or you can stay with us and get proper information directly from the horse's mouth to the CEO. I want you to understand this company owns skyscrapers in Dubai, London, and New York. It's not like they're taking our money to buy that, to tokenize it. It's already done. They're just going to put it onto the blockchain. Ladies and gentlemen, always a pleasure to talk to you guys. We're ready to take this. If you are not going to make a move and get in touch with the person who invited you here, eventually one of us from the call is going to sign up your whole family and all your contacts from your WhatsApp. Because if you don't do it, the banks are going to do it. And before the banks do it, we got the upper hand. So if you are in, I want you to go to the chat and type in I'm in. If you are out, thank you. Type in I'm out. Be honest. Say I'm out, because we want to run with people with vision, people who know what they want, and more importantly, people who have direction. If you are that person, lock arms with us. Come on to our calls, and you're going to learn way more. Thursdays we do training, and we will definitely give you guys more information on our training. So let me just go quickly to the chat. So iPhone 1, remember, I don't know who you are, but you're in. Welcome. Albie, good to see you on the call. I mean, Renel is in, Sachin is in, Sarame is in, Zareen says I'm in, Shanita says I'm in, Pilani says I'm in. Guys, get back to the person who invited you here. Even if you don't understand anything, remember, you may be confused right now. But what's happening when you're confused? Your brain is receiving information and does not know what to do with it. It does not know how to process it. So what happens? You are confused. That means you are learning something new, which is great. I don't want you to leave this call thinking, oh my God, I really like what he said, but I'm so confused. That means you are learning something new. You're getting out of your comfort zone. Understand? All you're going to do is repetition. Come on the calls. You're going to have the link to the YouTube. You can, watch it over and over again if you have to, but be informed. Zaf, thank you so much for making time, for being on the call, handling the call absolutely perfectly. Even Yvette and to everybody that's on the call as well. Thank you for making time. I'll hand it back to you, Zaf.
Okay, thank you so much, Shane. I think you did a fantastic job. And yes, everybody, if you don't move, your business won't. And this business is here to help you. And one thing, what Shane and I and many are excited about, we've been on the leadership call, and there's a new digital product coming that's going to help you 10x your earnings in a crazy, crazy way. So this is just the tip of the iceberg of earning XRP on the side. Whatever you're earning now can be 10x more. So with that, this business is going places with or without you. So get back to who invited you to this call and get started. And as always, I will see you on the beaches of the world. Remember the Durban event, whoever invites the most people makes the most money. It's just a fact of life. 25 July, Sabaya, you want to be there. So lots of love. Thank you, Shane, for everything. And thank you, everyone, Julian, Yvette, everyone, Elza, all of you. God bless.